Hi, teacher. Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
Sorry.
Welcome.
Thank you. Yesterday, I can't join the class.
Yes. So bad for me because I was waiting for someone, and you know that I waited almost half of the class waiting for someone to join because you and Mr. Rivera are the one who are not.
No.
Where you work?
Mucho, no sé si me escucha.
Yes.
Ahorita ya. Sorry.
Didn't you listen to me?
Yeah. Now, yeah.
Now, yes. Okay. No, I was telling you that since you were in class and Mr. Rivera was not in class, that you are the ones who are on time. Also, I was waiting almost half of the class waiting for someone.
Okay.
And then Miss Munoz was in class. So I missed you.
Me too. Me too, teacher.
Okay. This class is hard without you.
Nah.
Yeah, because you are the only one
Nah.
who is on time. Yeah, you are
Uh,
always on time, Mr. Gomez.
on time, maybe, but
No, the only one. Yeah,
no,
yeah, sometimes remember you are maybe the first 15, 20 minutes. Okay. And you participate. Okay, because like some people like Miss Bonilla is now, but I think that she can speak and she can listen. So it's not easy. You see, so that's what I said, that yes, it's you and Mr. Rivera who are more participate, who are on time. But most of the time is you. You almost don't miss class. You almost always attend class. Okay, so that's why. Okay, and Miss Munoz participates a lot, but sadly, she can be, you know, on time, always on time. But because she participates
Yes.
a lot. Okay. For example, in this moment, I think you will the only one who will be able to answer. You see? Okay. So tell me, Mr. Gomez, because Miss Bonilla is not active in this moment. You see what I say? You see what I
Yeah.
mean? Okay. So, what do they do?
He's he has studied
He,
or read.
okay, but remember, what do they do? We're talking about jobs. No, what are they doing? No, what are they doing? What do they do? So remember the professions.
Okay, the first is she's design.
Okay, yeah, she looks like a designer, right?
And the second is she's I don't know.
No idea. In the
No
second is
idea.
yeah,
It's
it's a little bit harder, right?
yes,
It's a little bit harder. But an
could
idea?
be
Could be.
could be um, social media.
Okay. Okay, social media administrator, maybe, right? And the last,
Um,
harder.
is
What does he do?
is teacher, professor. Um,
Okay, a teacher, a professor.
mhm.
Okay, well, I think you're right with one of them. Okay, let's see. Well, you see here? Let's see. Yes, she's a fashion designer. Well, she's a designer, right? In general, she's a designer. Okay, but tell me something before we start reading, Mr. Gomez. Okay, and maybe, Mr. Rivera, welcome. Nice to see you.
Hello, teacher. Good
Hello,
evening.
sir. Good evening. Nice to see you. Okay, so tell me, gentlemen, you two, do you think that professions are different now than, let's say, 30, 40, 50 years ago? Do you think is there any difference? Professions.
Mhm. Yeah, I think the profession are different the last 40 or 30 years ago because the technology or, or because technology changes the, the world,
Changes. Changes.
changes the world, and yeah, all days, uh, uh, say, all days change the the profession or work or jobs. I don't know.
Yeah, you mentioned an interesting point, technology, right? That makes you rich, right? Technology has something, let's say, has, uh, let's say, given us maybe new professions. Yeah,
Mhm.
because designer, social media, well, many things, everything is now in technology. Okay, so that is a good point, Mr. Gomez. Okay, do you have an opinion, Mr. Rivera? Opinion?
Mm, invented.
No, your opinion
Mm,
about the difference. I mean, the difference between professions nowadays and profession, let's say 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Do you think it's different or are different or are similar? Are the professions similar?
mm, maybe
Maybe different or maybe similar?
similar.
Okay, you think it's similar? Somehow, right? Somehow they are similar because we still have engineers, secretaries, and something, right? But okay, let me do one more question for you. Um, do you think women, women, okay, do do women have different opportunities nowadays? Nowadays, hoy en día, do women have different opportunities nowadays? Talk about okay, of jobs.
Yeah, I think the women's are more opportunities,
Maybe have more
have more
opportunity.
opportunities in the wars. Uh, how to say, the women's uh, can be more activities.
Okay, now they are part of more professions. That's what you say, that they are in more activities. Okay, we don't say women's, okay, because the plural of woman is women. Woman is singular, and we men is plural. Okay, so in this case, we don't have S. It's an spatial plural, an irregular plural. So we don't use S at the end. Okay, just say we, and the pronunciation you see here, it is W-O, but the pronunciation is see here, the pronunciation is, I want to do it bigger. Okay, here. So you see here the difference. We have, okay, the pronunciation. Okay, plural. This is the plural, and this is the singular. And the pronunciation here is we. We don't have W-E, we have W-O, but the pronunciation is we. Women and woman, singular. Because it's similar like man, and we have man for singular and man for plural. Okay, many men in this house. Many men in this house. No many mans. No, many men in this house. Okay, I saw one man. One man. Okay, many men. So they are irregular, plural. So, okay, many women, what did you say? Excuse me. I have,
Uh, they
have.
are they are have more opportunities.
Okay, have more opportunities. And you say that are, or they have opportunities to be in more jobs, more activities, right? For
Yeah.
example, what are some of the jobs that some years ago were more exclusively for men? Some jobs that were for men, let's say, right? And now women are active in those jobs.
Engineer,
Okay, engineer.
CEO the company, or
Okay.
director or administrator.
Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe, right? Manager.
Yeah. Mhm.
What about pilots?
Mm, yeah.
Pilots. Now there are more women working as pilots, you know, and maybe in the army, right? A soldier, police. Well, at least in our country, many years ago, few, not many women, right, in the police or in the army. And now we can see, not a lot, but we can, it's not strange, you know, to see a police woman or a soldier woman, for example. pilot, soldiers, police, astronaut, right? Astronaut, like forgot Frank, Frank what? Do you remember?
Eh, de Germany.
No, the astronaut, the Salvadorian
Ah,
astronaut. Frank, I think his
sorry.
name is Frank.
Fran Rubio.
Yeah, correct, thanks. So like Frank Rubio, right? He's an astronaut. So nowadays there are some women who are astronauts. Yes. So you see, so we have differences, Mr. Rivera. We have some differences. Okay, no, everything is same. And what about men? Is there now a day jobs that were more for women and now men are participating? No.
Repite de answer teacher, no se escucha, a veces se corta, o no sé si soy yo, pero
Okay,
sorry.
can you listen to me, Mr. Rivera? Can you let me check the connection, maybe?
Now it's better.
Well, give me a second. Connection. No, but I have a stable. Yeah, I have a stable connection, so I don't know if it's my internet or yours. Well,
But now the sound is good.
okay. Well, yeah, because I was checking the connection because sometimes I forget to connect the cable and I with Wi-Fi and that is not good. It's not a stable Wi-Fi, but it is the cable is connected. So I don't know if it is mine. Maybe it's mine internet, right? Or maybe it was yours. I don't know. Okay. So, but the question was, how about men? Are there any professions that some years ago were not for men? Traditionally, not for men, and now they are participating. Or no?
Mm, uh, yeah, I think someone or some or what do you say? Some algunos
Yes, songs?
someone
Some what?
uh,
Some
for example,
professions.
for example, designer.
Okay,
Uh,
designers is true.
uh, say estilista o que a veces
Hair,
¿cómo se
you can
llama?
say,
Hair,
yeah, hair stylist or hair designer. Mm-hmm.
yeah, hairstylist. And well, chef maybe I don't know. Years ago uh, is common,
Was common?
but
Common?
now it's common.
It's
Chef.
more.
It's
It's
more
more.
common.
It's
Chef.
more, even more common. Was not that strange, but nowadays it's more common.
Mhm.
Yes, it's true. How about nurse?
Yeah, too.
Mm-hmm. I think the nurse or nursing, it's a profession that some years ago was traditional more for women, and nowadays we can see more women working as nurses and less men. But now we can see men or students, right? Now you can see many students who are boys. I always drive near a nursing school, I don't know the name, but I've seen that is a school, for nurses, and I can see many boys, going to that school. And many years ago, it was strange, not common to see students in that career. Okay, so I think that is a but it's strange because in the army, many years ago, for example, in the Second World War, in the First World War, nurses were men. Many of them were men. In the army, it was common that nurses were men. So it's kind of a strange, right? Because in hospitals in the society, no men. But now, yes, we have more boys. And how about these people who make pupusas? It's an occupation, right? Now I've seen in some places, I mean, it's not very common, but I've seen in some, I don't know, maybe documentals or Facebook, that kind of of let's see, platforms. I've seen some people, some men who make pupusas, you know, and now it's not that well. It's still strange, but it happens. No, strange, different, but it happens. And many years ago, no,
Mhm.
yes. So you see that things have changed in professions for girls and for boys.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's a reading, right, that we have. But I prefer to talk about that reading. So maybe if we have time, we're gonna do the reading together. But the important, I think, is that we understand. Okay. So let's go to this part. Can you tell me, please, what is he doing or what are his activities? This man activities during the day. According to the pictures, what are his activities? Look at the picture and tell me.
And he he get up in
Gets
the
up.
first
Gets up.
in the first picture.
Okay. Gets up or wakes up?
No, wakes up.
Yes, wakes up. So it's different, right, mister?
Mm-hmm.
So in this picture, he wakes up. Wakes up. Sa, wakes up. Correct. He's waking up. He wakes up. Okay. And what else? After wakes up, maybe he what? Look at this.
He takes a breakfast.
Okay, he takes breakfast. And maybe he takes for breakfast cereal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Okay, after having breakfast, he here. Look at this picture.
He goes to work.
Okay, he goes to work.
To
Correct.
work.
Goes to work. And what about this? He
has a lunch.
Okay, he has lunch. He has lunch, correct. And finally,
He gets up.
gets up. This face doesn't look like like that.
Get up.
No, the last one. He what? Goes to bed. Gets up is the opposite, Mr. Gomez. Gets up is the
Yes,
opposite. So he goes to bed. Okay, at night, maybe he goes to bed. Okay, so those are the activities that this man does every day. Activities that this man does every day. And tell me something else. What time do you think, what time does he wakes up? What time does he wake up in this case? What time does he wake up? Imagine.
At 6 o'clock.
Okay.
6 o'clock.
Okay. He wakes up at 6 o'clock. Correct. So if he wakes up at 6 o'clock, what time, Mr. Rivera, do you think that he has breakfast? What time?
He has 6:30 a.m.
A.m. Okay, could be right. He has breakfast, Mr. Rivera. Okay, he has breakfast, but this is fairly good. He has breakfast at, very good, 6:30. Maybe, right? He takes a fast shower and then he goes to have breakfast, I mean. And I don't know if Miss Bonilla is already around. Can you speak, Miss Bonilla?
Hello. Yes.
Okay. No, because you are not active with your camera, so I don't know if you can or you cannot speak. When you're not active with the camera, I'm not sure if you can participate. So in that case, if you want to participate, okay, talk. Okay, because I don't ask you, because I guess that if you don't have your camera on, it's because maybe you are still on your way, or I don't know, any other reason, right? And I try to respect that moment that maybe you are not able. So when you want to participate, Miss Bonilla, speak, okay? But that's why sometimes I don't ask people, because I think that they are not active or they can't speak in that moment. That's why they have cameras off. Okay, so when you have your camera off and you want to participate, go ahead. Okay, because that is why I don't ask you or ask students in general. Okay, because I don't know. So if you want to participate, don't wait me to ask you. Okay, say it. Okay, this is the other. Okay, because it's important that you speak. So, can you tell me what time does he do the rest of the activities, or this activity and the and the other. What time does this man do this activity?
He go to work.
Goes
Go
to work. Okay, but now I ask the time. He goes to work. What else? What time?
at 8 a.m.
Okay, maybe, right? He goes to work at 8 a.m. And how about lunch?
He has lunch at 12
12 a.m. Or another way to say 12 a.m., I mean p.m. Another way to say 12 a.m.
12 a.m.
Another way, a similar way to say 12. Mr. Gomez, do you remember?
Middays.
Correct. Midday. Midday is another way, Miss Bonilla, to say 12 p.m. No, a.m., right? 12 a.m. is midday. Okay?
Okay.
And what's the other way to say 12 p.m.? 12 p.m., no a.m. Another way to say 12 p.m.? Miss Bonilla?
Midnight.
Correct. Midnight. Midnight. Okay, so they are different ways. Okay, that's correct. So the last, Mr. Gomez, again, please. What time does he do this activity?
He goes to bed at 10 p.m.
That's correct. For example, right? He goes to bed at 12 p.m. Okay, very good. You see there, we are using the periods of time, the prepositions, right? And the changes in present. Okay, very good. Thanks. Okay, so now you're gonna do this interview to your classmates. Okay, do these questions and take notes. Please, do these questions and take notes. This is your information, and here we have two spaces, right? For Miss Bonilla and for Mr. Rivera, or for Mr. Gomez and Miss Bonilla, okay? It depends. So one is your information, the first column, and the second column is your classmate information. And then we're gonna compare if we have something similar. If you have something similar, okay? So do some questions. Not all of them, but maybe Mr. Gomez can do 2 questions, Miss Bonilla 2 questions, and Mr. Rivera 2 questions. Okay? So, but choose any question for your classmates and take the information, okay? Take notes because you have to remember for the next speaking activity. So you have to remember. Who wants to start? It is not necessary that you go in order. You can choose the question for your classmates. So who wants to start doing the questions?
Me, teacher.
Okay, excellent. Thanks, Mr. Gomez.
Daniel.
Okay, Daniel. What's
What
the
time?
question? Yes, excuse me.
What time do you have a breakfast?
Okay, this is the question for you, Mr. Rivera. Mr. Gomez said, for you, what time do you have breakfast, Mr. Rivera?
Okay. Mm. I have a breakfast. Beef and rice.
Beer?
Beef.
Ah, okay. Okay, so I have for breakfast, beans and rice. No, but no, what do you have for breakfast? Mr. Gomez's question was, what time? Mr. What time do you have breakfast?
Okay. I have a breakfast and 2 p.m.
No, breakfast is in the morning, Mr. Rivera.
Excuse me, sorry. Okay. I have breakfast and 6 a.m. and 7 a.m.
Okay, around 6 or 7.
6 or 7.
Okay, 6 or 7. Okay, around.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I have breakfast. No, I have a breakfast. I have breakfast. Okay? I have breakfast. Okay, so that is the way that you're gonna do it, guys. Okay, that is the way that you're gonna work. You're gonna do some question to your classmates. Okay, and then we're gonna give the report and we're gonna compare, because you will find someone who do things, let's say, to similar things that you do, okay, in the week, or a similar time. Okay, I remember that 2 of my students in this class go to bed to similar, let's say, hours. Okay, I remember because 2 of you said about that, the time that you go to bed. So I know that some of you have a coincidence in that activity. Okay, so you have to discover who has some coincidences with you. Okay, who goes to bed to similar time, who has breakfast to similar time, etc. Leave for work in that case, right? What time do you leave for work? Because you don't go to school. So what time do you leave for work? That is the question for you. Okay, well, so we're gonna, okay, let me see how many, 3 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna share with you that that information so you can do it with your classmates. Okay, and then we're gonna compare, do those questions for your classmates, and you will see a coincidence. And if you want to add a new question, do it. It's not there, but if you want to do a question for your classmates, do it. Okay, there you have in the group. But you know, I'm gonna interrupt the class, and please join again, because we have around 3 minutes. So I don't want that the connection to be interrupted.